Enrique Tarrio, former leader of the Proud Boys, has received a 22-year prison sentence, marking the longest prison term among the Capitol riot-related cases. Enrique Tarrio, former leader of the Proud Boys, has been sentenced to 22 years in federal prison for his involvement in organizing the January 6, 2021 U.S. Capitol riot. This marks one of the lengthiest sentences among the more than 1,100 Capitol riot-related cases. Tarrio's sentencing is tied to his role in seditious conspiracy, classified as an act of terrorism by the judge. But reports say Tarrio was not physically present in Washington on the day when thousands stormed the Capitol to disrupt the certification of President Joe Biden's election victory. During the sentencing, Tarrio said, and quote, "I am not a political zealot. Inflicting harm or altering election results was not my goal. Please show me mercy. I ask you not to take my 40s from me." At the time of the Capitol breach, Tarrio was in a Baltimore hotel room, approximately 40 miles from Washington, under a court order to stay away from the city due to an unrelated arrest 2 days before the riot. Prosecutors initially sought a 33-year prison sentence for Tarrio, asserting that he played a pivotal role in coordinating efforts to prevent the peaceful transfer of power to President Biden from then-President Donald Trump. Tarrio reportedly sent messages from his hotel room encouraging Proud Boys members to participate in the riot. Numerous individuals and groups have faced prosecution for their alleged involvement in the Capitol breach. 4 other Proud Boys members were convicted of seditious conspiracy, receiving sentences ranging from 10 to 18 years. Stuart Rhodes, chairman of the activist group Oath Keepers, received an 18-year sentence, previously the longest prison term for a Capitol riot-related conviction. Critics, including some Republican lawmakers, have accused the Biden administration of implementing a two-tiered justice system, arguing that Trump supporters involved in the Capitol breach have faced severe penalties, while left-wing activists linked to the 2020 Black Lives Matter protests, resulting in property damage and casualties, have been treated differently. Former President Donald Trump was impeached by the Democrat-controlled House of Representatives on January 13, 2021 for his alleged role in inciting the Capitol riot. Trump consistently denied wrongdoing, maintaining that the allegations were politically motivated. He also continued to assert that he had won the 2020 election and that his victory was stolen from him. Reporting, this has been Jayne Codnita, Azimunar News. Russian President Vladimir Putin made a shocking and straightforward comment against his Ukrainian counterpart Volodymyr Zelensky and the West. Russian President Vladimir Putin claimed that the West is using Zelensky's Jewish heritage to cover for the culpability of Ukrainian nationalists in the Holocaust during the Second World War. He also talked about Stepan Bandera, a Ukrainian prominent figure declared a war criminal by both Poland and the Soviet Union for killing Ukrainian Jews. Bandera was the leader of the militant arm of the Organization of Ukrainian Nationalists during World War II. And up to this day, he remains a divisive figure in Ukraine, with some hailing him as a liberator from the Soviets, while others consider him to be a Nazi collaborator for killing 1.5 million Ukrainian Jews and for living with his deputies under German protection after World War II started. Bandera was eventually assassinated by the Soviet spies in 1959. The Ukrainian government, however, declared Bandera a national hero in 2010. Zelensky is of Jewish heritage, while his grandfather, Semyon, fought in the Second World War and earned 2 Red Star medals for his courage and heroism. In a 2019 interview with broadcaster Ukrainska Pravda, Zelensky described Bandera as a hero for some Ukrainians, and that is normal and cool.
Западные кураторы поставили во главе современной Украины человека этнического еврея с еврейскими корнями, с происхождением еврейским. И таким образом, на мой взгляд, они как бы прикрывают такую античеловеческую сущность, которая положена во фундамент, в основу современного украинского государства. И это делает всю ситуацию в высшей степени отвратительной. Тем, что этнический еврей прикрывает героизацию нацизма и прикрывает тех, кто возглавлял в свое время холокостное поколение. А это уничтожения 1,5 миллиона человек. И вы знаете, лучше всего это понимают простые граждане Израиля. Посмотрите, пожалуйста, что они говорят в интернете.
China announced its intention to play peacemaker in the Niger crisis following a coup that ousted its elected president, triggered sanctions, and increased tensions in the African region and its former colonial ruler, France. Kai Villan files this report.
China has declared its intention to mediate and assist in resolving the ongoing political crisis in Niger. This move follows a coup in July which led to international sanctions and concerns of military intervention. Zhang Feng, the Chinese ambassador to Niamey, stated during a meeting with Niger's military-appointed Prime Minister Ali Lamin Zine that China aims to act as a mediator while respecting the sovereignty and interests of the nations involved in the crisis. He underscored China's adherence to the principle of non-interference in the internal affairs of other countries. It can be noted that China has shown its role as a mediator after successfully forging a peace deal between Saudi Arabia and Iran. Meanwhile, Niger's military government has been under increasing pressure from the international community, particularly the Economic Community of West African States or ECOWAS, to restore constitutional order. ECOWAS has not ruled out the possibility of using force as a last resort if diplomatic efforts fail. Meanwhile, Algeria proposed a 6-month transitional plan to restore democracy in Niger, which was met with skepticism by ECOWAS due to its perceived lengthy timeline. Several Western countries, including the United States, France, the Netherlands, and Germany have suspended foreign assistance projects in Niger in response to the coup. In contrast, China has expressed its commitment to continuing projects aligned with Nigerian authorities' interests. China has been a significant partner for Niger in various sectors, including energy, oil, and infrastructure. And both countries are jointly involved in a substantial 2,000-kilometer oil export pipeline project aimed at transporting crude oil from southern Niger to the port of Semi in Benin. The Nigerian military had revoked deals that allowed French troops to operate in the country, which means that they now view the stay of French forces as illegal. France had already withdrawn their troops from Burkina Faso earlier this year after the country's military rulers asked them to leave. It has also pulled its forces out of Mali, following tensions with the military government following a coup in 2020. The Nigerian military has also ordered the immediate expulsion of French Ambassador Sylvain Ité. The junta enjoys the support of the masses, with thousands gathering in front of the French embassy and demanding them to leave Niger. Kai Villan reporting, SMNA News.